The city's great. You know, we have jobs. We've created jobs. We've created good, high-paying jobs.
The mayor saying El Paso is moving in the right direction under his leadership. Today, Oscar Leeser's unconventional State of the City address. The controversy of street repairs deepens tonight. ABC-7 asking a city rep if one of the projects is linked to his campaign contributions. The investigation continues into why the driver of a mail truck ran over a 91-year-old woman downtown. She didn't survive.
Rain is tracking into West El Paso. Could you see rain tonight? I'll have that answer in StormTrack weather.
It's all next on ABC-7 at 9. Get ready. You become part of the day's news right now.
Live, where news comes first. From the Mesilla Valley and Las Cruces to El Paso and the borderland. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the El Paso Las Cruces CW.
Hello, everyone. This is ABC-7 at 9 on the CW. I'm Ashley Rodriguez in for Bob Harp. Your top stories are coming up, plus your StormTrack weather with Nicole Gomez. Hey, Nicole.
Hi there, Ashley. Currently on Doppler radar, I am tracking some rainfall in West El Paso. Looks like it's moving into downtown El Paso as well. So coming up in just a few minutes, not only am I tracking showers on Doppler radar, but I'm also tracking temperatures. We'll talk about what you can expect for your Friday and weekend coming up in just a bit. Ashley?
All right, Nicole. Complete coverage tonight on El Paso Children's Hospital and its bankruptcy struggle. We're hearing from the hospital's physician-in-chief tonight. In an 8-page letter, Dr. Brad Furman fleshes out the hospital's vision, a path he says could be disrupted by focusing solely on children's finances. County commissioners say Children's will run out of money before the year ends because the bankruptcy judge ordered Children's to start paying rent to UMC. That's $860,000 a month. UMC claims Children's owes it more than $100 million. Commissioners say the hospital grew too fast and it was financially mismanaged and is now wasting hundreds of thousands of dollars on out-of-town consultants and attorneys.
I think they're so focused on finance right now that they've missed what it actually offers to children.
Dr. Brad Furman reminds us that before Children's opened, El Paso did not have 24/7 in-house pediatric care or access to cutting-edge pediatric cancer treatments and specialists. Now El Paso has kidney specialists and gastroenterologists just for kids. He says these services could be compromised if Children's is taken over by UMC, which is what UMC and county commissioners are pushing for.
What I'm hoping is that as the future Children's Hospital gets sorted out, it is not determined just on the basis of local finance, local elections, power structure within the city, and is instead determined by what the children of El Paso need.
And we posted the entire letter on KVIA.com. Last we heard from Children's CEO, both sides are still talking. Bankruptcy hearings are set to continue in October. Mayor Oscar Leeser jumped right into the tough questions this morning at his second annual State of the City address. Leeser used a Q&A format to focus on issues he felt El Pasoans wanted to hear about. That included some of what called a dysfunctional city council. Leeser said El Pasoans should worry if they had a council that agreed all the time. He also talked about public safety, job growth, and economic development. The question that drew the most interest, the one about the city manager's recent controversial $61,000 a year annual pay raise.
I had more than a couple of people come up and they said, you know what, if you veto it, you'll be a hero. And whatever you want to run for, whatever office you ever want to run for, you could be elected. And I told them, you know what? I didn't get elected to do the popular thing. I got elected to do the right thing for the community. And I honestly felt that it would have cost the city thousands, maybe even millions of dollars by doing something like that.
The mayor said City Manager Tommy Gonzalez is doing a great job, but he doesn't agree with that pay raise. New information tonight on those city streets that got paved, even though they weren't on the list of projects approved by council in 2012. City Rep Larry Romero has been criticized for the projects. According to city documents, even though this alley was not on the original 2012 list, it got repaved this year with those funds. We checked, and two of the business owners in front of the alley donated a total of about $350 to Romero's campaign. Another street that got repaved this year and was not on the list, Romero's home street. Romero is adamant he did not add streets that were not on the 2012 list. Instead, he says he only expressed his priorities to city engineers when asked. And which streets got paved after that was up to engineering.
But you guys want to spit it into, well, they gave you money, so now you're doing this for it, and that's not true. If you had seen the condition of that alley before, unbelievable. I mean, I wouldn't drive through that alley. I'm just trying to answer what my constituents want. And I'm looking out for the constituents and doing what I can to make sure that we get them what they're asking for. If that's wrong, well, I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm wrong in trying to make my district look nicer.
According to city documents, Romero's district had 8 streets repaved this year that were not on the list. City Rep Carl Robinson had 1 and Lily Limon had 3. Both Robinson and Limon told us they also told engineering which streets they thought deserved more attention based on concerns from their constituents, but didn't give orders. And city reps say that's because the study used to determine the 2012 list in some cases used old information from as far back as 2008. New information tonight on the woman hit by a U.S. Postal Service truck downtown yesterday. She was 91 years old. Susana Nunez Figueroa was using a crosswalk at El Paso and San Antonio streets when she was run over. William Gizzard was the man driving the mail truck. He tells police he didn't see Nunez Figueroa in the street. Our video from the scene shows officers questioning witnesses. Others who saw what happened say the truck crushed the elderly woman. She was pronounced dead at UMC. Police are not yet saying if Gizzard will face any charges. Take a look at the Temple, Texas police officer arrested here in El Paso. 28-year-old Kenneth Lee Sheka was in town for a law enforcement conference. El Paso police say he made sexual advances toward a woman when she told him to stop. Police say Sheka fired a gun into a wall then. She was not hit. The world is watching the crisis in Syria tonight.
We know the scale of this problem. It's significant, and there are millions of people who have been driven from their homes because of this violence. We know that admitting that it certainly is not feasible for millions of Syrians to come to this country.
But the U.S. is ready to help. The White House said today President Obama has told advisors he wants to let 10,000 Syrian refugees into the U.S. in the coming budget year. The U.S. has accepted only about 1,500 Syrians since civil war broke out more than 4 years ago. Tens of thousands of people are seeking safe haven across Europe. And take a look at this map, and you can see the path many of the refugees have taken just to make it all the way up to Germany. Turkey is already hosting at least 1.9 million Syrians, but in Hungary, it's not as inviting. Police are rejecting allegations that they are mistreating migrants. Armed forces are taking part in exercises near the country's border with Serbia to prepare soldiers to assist police with controlling that huge flow of migrants. From our New Mexico mobile newsroom, the first day of the 2-day conference to better understand and combat gang activity in Las Cruces is now in the books. We were there this morning as local law enforcement agencies talked about the shifting trends in border violence, officer safety, and gang intelligence investigations.
The level of violence that they can inflict on not just officers, but the community at large. And by officers being aware of what they're confronting ahead of time, they're a lot safer.
The conference continues tomorrow morning, covering a variety of topics like techniques on gathering intelligence, the successful prosecution of gangs, sending Mexican fugitives back to their country, and even the latest on gangs and drug cartels from Mexico. StormTrack weather. is next. Storm Tracker Nicole Gomez has your first forecast. Hi, Nicole.
Hi, Ashley. Tracking some showers moving through West El Paso currently and through downtown El Paso. Not seeing any heavy downpours, but we are seeing that light rain. Let's go ahead and take a look at Doppler radar. Show you some of the activity that we are tracking. Notice around Vado and even Las Cruces. These showers are moving in a southerly direction, but again, light rainfall. Now we're going to zoom in a little closer here to Coronado Hills, South Mesa area, where you can see a little bit of yellow picking up. So some of the reports on our Facebook page, I asked if you're seeing some rain, and most of you replied yes, that you are seeing some rain. So again, around Sunpoint Lane and Mesa Hills Drive, that's where we're seeing some of the shower activity currently. Pershing Drive and Sheridan Road, also some light to moderate rain. So we'll travel up towards the north again along I-10, Doñana, Las Cruces. A lot of the lighter greens, the darker greens more than likely hitting the ground. The lighter greens probably evaporating before it even makes it to the ground. But if you're out and about tonight or tomorrow morning, be sure to send us your weather photos, weather at KVIA.com, because we're still tracking those rain chances for tonight. The clouds will also remain in place. Good news is more sun in the forecast tomorrow. But what about rain chances for your weekend? I'll iron out those details in your full forecast. Ashley?
All right, thanks, Nicole. ABC-7 and Text out with live traffic coverage tonight. A look at I-10 and Reynolds, everything flowing out there. And as you just heard Nicole say, rain is coming down in some parts of the borderland. So if you're about to head out, be aware of slick roads. I-10 horizon a little blurry out there, but as you can see, nothing to worry you about. We'll go ahead and keep an eye on those traffic cameras and let you know if anything comes up. It's being called a case of mistaken identity in New York. It ended with a former tennis star in handcuffs.
It was so blatant. I was standing there doing nothing, not running, not resisting, in fact smiling.
The city's police commissioner is now apologizing to James Blake after NYPD officers wrestled him to the ground, mistaking him for a criminal suspect in a fraud scheme. Blake says he is speaking out because, in his view, this was a clear case of excessive force. It happened in broad daylight when Blake says he was waiting for a ride to the U.S. Open outside New York City's Grand Hyatt Hotel. Police Commissioner Bill Bratton apologized to Blake.
I do think most cops are doing a great job in keeping us safe, but when you police with reckless abandon, you need to be held accountable.
This case is still under review, and one officer is on modified duty. ABC News learned that officer had 5 complaints filed against him in just 7 months. Time is running out to buy your tickets for the New Mexico State University home opener. The Aggies host Georgia State at Aggie Memorial Stadium this Saturday. Kickoff is at 6 o'clock. NMSU athletic director wants to stuff the stadium so the Aggies can start this football season in front of a sellout crowd. Businesses from all over Las Cruces are helping to make for the first sold-out home opener in 10 years. As of a few hours ago, fewer than 2,000 tickets are left. Athletic Director Mario Mocha says 40 businesses brought bulk tickets, and the plan is to give them all away.
You know, I'm trying to sell tickets, but so are 40 people, you know, in the community. They're the ones with the juice. They're making the phone calls. It's the individuals who are buying the tickets and taking time out of their day and using their disposable income to buy our product, you know. So I'm humble because, you know, it's their hard-earned money.
A lot of us Aggies, I'm not an Aggie, Bob is an Aggie, are excited about the game, but some of you are poking fun at the team on our Facebook page. First up, we have Robert. 15,000 people watching the Aggies lose. Sounds exciting. Trish, a lot of people attend the LCHS Mayfield game, which makes it sad when a high school game brings more than our NMSU. Mike, I've seen more people at the Fox Plaza swap meet than Aggies games. Aww. Not this year, right? If you or someone you know is worried about walking alone anywhere and for any reason, ABC-7 found a new personal safety app so you'll never feel like you're walking alone again. Companion shows your loved ones where you are at all times and even notifies police if it detects any trouble. How does it work? We put it to the test in just a few minutes. And Nicole.
Light rain is tracking through the borderland right now. We'll take a look at the latest StormTrack computer model, talk about your rain chances for tonight and tomorrow. That's all coming up in StormTrack weather.
This is ABC 7 at 9 on the CW, where you don't just watch the news, you're part of the story.